Hello, this is Ash from Crack Minis. Today we're going to be scratch building. I've done some labour intensive builds the last few, so I thought I'd just treat myself and build something from scratch and see what happens. And the first thing I did was I got my supplies ready. I found a new toy, by the way. I'm not going to be able to provide a link for it because I found this at a bargain centre for $2.99. It's pretty good actually. Sound for EVA foam does not cut through foam board though. Terrible for it. It's too flimsy. But if it was made out of metal, it'd probably work. But this EVA foam only. I used it to cut out some EVA foam to put on this tower base that I made from. I think it's a soup pot. Yeah, it's a soup pot. I'm not sure what flavour. I didn't eat the soup. It was just in the kitchen, clean. I do like using EVA foam for my buildings, but I've been having a think about the way I do these terrain pieces, and they've been coming across to me a bit cartoonish. Like my character design and the actual minis that I'm making don't at all seem cartoonish. And I want to have a go at maybe in the next terrain build doing something more realistic, maybe darker to fit the things that I'm actually making. Or I could be completely wrong. I mean, I do want to try and do like a more grim, dark, realistic building, but if you enjoy the style of these and you want to see me do more, just let me know. I will continue to do them occasionally, but I do want to give that more grimdark aesthetic, more grounded in realism, a go with, especially with the houses and things like that I'm making. Oh, I forgot to say, I want to apologise for my voice in this episode, because I've not been very well. I'm exhausted. And I caught the flu that's been going around, and it has knocked me out. Which is why this video actually took a bit longer than it was supposed to, because I spent most of last week in bed. But we're there now, and I'm glad I could bring something out to show you. But one thing come of it, because I've had some downtime, I've been able to have a think and draw things and plan out future episodes that I think are going to be pretty cool and will be coming up over the next couple months. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget comments. I'm doing my best to respond to them all, and I had some banging ideas come out of the last one. Just the comment section alone, a gold mine. So thank you for that. Originally with this, I'd planned on having the wooden floor have an opening in the middle of it, so I put a hair curler circle and then build a platform around it. But I couldn't get the planks to work, and I changed my mind as I was building it and decided to put a house on it, just plonk a house on it, built out of random scraps. Although I was pretty happy with how it was looking up until when I put the floorboards on it, so I'm probably going to try this again, but next time maybe with a metallic floor. Sorry, well, I say metallic. A plastic hard floor that's going to be painted metallic. Especially if I'm going to be doing another tower. But I don't think I'm going to... I think it'll be like a hollow, all-wood one. So, it depends on how I'm feeling. It might be like I could do multiple towers out of things like this. It depends. I wouldn't mind an archer tower. Something with like a light on it. Or a lighthouse. Lighthouse would be good. For the house, majority of it is built out of shims, or rather wedges. No, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word. Spacers. That's the one. Plastic spacers. I had a job that I needed them for, and I bought a pack, and there was like maybe 10 or 15 times more than what I expected in the pack. So now I've got loads of them. So they're going to be a recurring thing that I use, depending on what type of build I'm doing. They have like this really cool square pattern on the one side and then lines on the other. So I'll get some use out of them. I will say, if you're ever going to use them yourself to build anything, like this, heat them up or sand them, because the glue doesn't like them. So, and that's two ways you can get the glue to stick. Heat it up or sand it. It's completely up to you. I learned that from Craftsman. watching his episodes. Apply heat or sand it. Also, baking soda is your friend on this. Not too much though, because it does get hot. And the last thing you want to do is chemical burn your fingers. That's something I'm going to mention every time I use baking soda. It kicks out heat because it's a chemical reaction that forces the bond into the superglue to speed up. I don't think I actually heard another YouTuber uses that method mention it. And I wish I had before I did it the first time, because I ended up with a blister the size of my thumb on my thumb. It was, it wasn't fun. And here you'll see the only bit that isn't junk added onto the build. Well, I say isn't junk. It was just on the side, so I grabbed it and glued it on. Sometimes it's just what I do. Okay, so I have a question for everyone who's watching this video. Wilko used to sell, when it was a thing, had this wire, garden wire, green garden wire. I'm down to my last roll of it. I am desperately trying to find a comparable replacement for it that's just as good. Has to have a coating, can't be too thick, has to have a decent amount of rigidity, because I use it for armatures. If anyone knows of a place where I can get some, please hit me up. I am dying for it. Actually, I don't even just use it for armatures. I use it for barbed wire. I use it for cabling on houses. I mean, I use it for pretty much anything. It is like a catch-all. It's great for painting as well, because the coating just spray paint sticks straight to it. I mean, even the foamy stuff, the silicone wrapped one that I've been using, that doesn't take paint as well as this basic garden wire. So help me out, yeah? Please. I've been practicing with my DSLR as well, and I'm about ready to finally shoot a full episode with just using that. And rivet time, woo, rivet time. Oh, and don't be thinking because I said I was going to go more grimdark with my buildings that I won't be having fun little rivet times like that. You got another thing coming, because they'll still be happening. Especially when they're that easy to shoot now. There's like 355 images in that. I think there may be more rivets. I'm not sure if I missed a few captures. And now it's story time. Okay, I can't do the voice. I was going to do a voice, but I just can't. My throat just can't cope with it. So, there's this house, right, on a hill. And in this house lived a nice family. A husband, a wife, and 2 twin boys. They're just happy. They're free. The husband hunted, and the wife looked after the children. And that's just how it was. She could hunt, she chose not to. One day, while he's out gathering and hunting, he's gone for days. It's not uncommon, especially when it's scarce times in winter. But when he got back, his house had been ransacked. His wife was dead, and his boys were gone. He was devastated. So after he buried his wife, he went looking for his sons. No matter how hard he looked, he couldn't find them. He spent years searching. Nothing. And finally he went back home. His shack was ruined. But the food store that he had, a large tower near the shack, was standing strong. It'd been there 100 years or so. And it would stand for 100 more. So he made a decision. If he couldn't find his boys, he'd make himself easy to see for them, just in case they ever came back. And he took the remains of his shack and rebuilt it on top of the tower, so that it could stand proud on that hill, so everyone nearby could see that house, and hopefully his boys would see it as well. But it's been years since he built it, and he's still in that house, waiting for the day his boys return. The local townsfolk bring him food, but he never leaves. They don't even know if he's alive. They just know that that house will remain strong and tall and ready for when those boys come back. Whether he's alive inside it or not, it will be there, waiting. Okay, so that's the story. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a short one for this one, but it's going to lead on to bigger things. Especially, you'll find out in the next episode, because I think I've got a good one for you. I'm going to be making some characters for the next episode. These characters are going to tie into this one. It's been a while since I've made just some genuine little 28mm guys, and I've got a yearning to do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making some 28mm characters with stories, backgrounds, the lot. I'm hoping that you'll like the way they look, because I've been working this out for a while. If you've made it this far and you've enjoyed what you've seen, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Don't forget to check out what I've done in the past. And even if you don't enjoy it, leave a comment. I do like to hear some negatives every now and then. And I want to apologise again about the voice. I've just not been super well, and being too loud's making it really sore. I've appreciated all the comments I've got on the last video, and like I said, I got some bangers, some real good ideas, so I appreciate those. Also, doubled the sub count. Unreal. And it was my highest viewed video to date, and it's still going. I'm still getting subs from it, but it just boggles my mind that people are liking my stuff. So yeah, thank you all for that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because now it's time to watch it spin, or at least it will be as soon as I've finished painting this door. Good night.